I give you
the mysterious island.
Our world is a weird, bizarre, and crazy place. Every now and then you stumble on something uniquely strange that you can't help but pull out that phone and record it for the rest of the world.
Mom, do anything!
And the internet? Well, it's always full of surprises. So we can always sit back, submerge ourselves into a crazy world. Here are 15 things you will see for the first time in your life. Number 15. Artist creates incredible drawings with typewriter. Sometimes a picture is really worth 1,000 words. Meet James Cook, the master of typewriter art. This 25-year-old London-based artist has turned an outdated tool into a magical wand, creating stunning works of art made entirely of letters, numbers, and punctuation. No paint, no pencil, just pure typewriter magic. With a collection of over 60 typewriters and a growing fan base of over 20,000 Instagram followers, Cook's mesmerizing art knows no bounds. He creates unique and captivating pieces, ranging from beautiful landscapes to famous faces like Tom Hanks and Queen Elizabeth, all by meticulously puzzling together the perfect combination of symbols. Wow. Cook's innovative use of symbols such as brackets for curves and @ for shading allows him to cover large areas with stunning detail. His art is truly one of a kind, and it's no wonder passerbys can't help but stop and stare when he takes his craft to the streets. But Cook isn't content with just small drawings. He's set his sights on breaking the world record for the biggest typewriter drawing ever made. With his unique talent and an outdated tool, Cook is a modern artist pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Let's say he's not the only one making it seem oh so easy.
Thousands upon thousands of letters to dignitaries, presidents, you name it, and apparently her.
Number 14. Snake games. Did you hear some hissing? You might just need an antidote for this gobsmacking game because we're telling you, you're gonna want to try it out. We're not talking about some digital snake game from the flip phone era. No, no, no. We're talking about real-life, giant snake game played by over 3,000 high school students in China. We warned you. It's thrilling. At Xinzhou High School in northern China's Yangtze province, students took recess to a whole new level as they lined up on the soccer field to play the famous snake games. They wound around the field in a mesmerizing snake-like pattern, and it's safe to say that we are absolutely captivated by the whole thing. It's just insane how they brought our favorite game to life. Who would have thought? In fact, schools around the world are trying to emulate this viral sensation. So the next time you're feeling a little sluggish at work, why not suggest a round of sloth games instead? But until then, let's marvel at the sheer awesomeness of these 3,000 Chinese students snaking their way to recess glory. Number 13. China's brain control weapon. China is taking mind games to a whole new level with its alleged creation of brain control weapons that could leave people powerless to resist their commands. Yeah, it's time to freak out. The Academy of Military Medical Sciences and 11 other research facilities are said to be working on biotechnology sanctioned by Washington. Among the weapons in development is reportedly one that can control the minds of both China's enemies and its own people. The U.S. Commerce Department blacklisted the Chinese institutes over this scandal, though it declined to say much about the specifics of the weapons. However, a report from 2019 gave us some insight into China's plans to attack its enemies' will to resist. The weapon wouldn't be used to destroy bodies, but rather to take control of them. Talk about modern warfare, right? At the World Intelligence Congress in 2019, China unveiled a brain chip that could read people's thoughts and let them control a computer with their brain waves. While it's not clear how the chip will be worn, most chips of this kind are typically worn outside the body. Phew, that's a relief. Let's hope that humanity can resist the temptation to use such technology for nefarious purposes. And if you thought this was crazy enough, cue in for another shocking invention. Number 12. Sweet Little Rain Coffee. Hey there, coffee lovers. We've got something exciting in store for you. A cup of joe with a fascinating twist that will make your taste buds sing. Mellower, the Chinese coffee company, has taken the world by storm with their Sweet Little Rain espresso drink. And let us tell you, it's not just another latte. Oh no, this bad boy comes complete with a fluffy white cloud of cotton candy that hovers on top of a steaming Americano, melting little droplets of sugar into the cup. Are you freaking out yet? Because we sure are. If you're thinking how to get your hands on this magical concoction, lucky for you, this fun treat can be found in multiple locations including Singapore, China, and Vietnam. But be warned, once you've tasted it, you won't be able to resist going back for more. But here's the best part. Not only does it taste like heaven in a cup, it's also one hell of a science lesson. You see, this drink literally shows us how the weather works. Picture a giant cup of coffee at the equator steaming up the clouds so they rain sugar on your way to work. Incredible, right? It's like science class, but way more delicious. And while all you can think of is this delicious treat, there's something cooking up in deep waters. Number 11. Bubblesnet. Prepare to be swept off your feet by the groundbreaking research conducted by the Ultimate Oceanic Dream Team, the experts at Hawaii Marine Mammal Research Program in collaboration with Alaskan Whale Foundation and Stanford University. These experts have finally cracked the code on how humpback whales slyly manipulate their prey into becoming their next delicious meal, and we're here for it. Using 2 cameras, including a drone hovering overhead and one attached to the whales' backs, researchers captured rare footage of these massive mammals creating bubble nets to corral their dinner. Trust us, you won't believe your eyes when you witness these massive mammals blowing spiraling bubbles to create the ultimate trap for their prey. And as majestic as it looks, it's a clever ploy to trap their prey in one fell swoop. It's a cunning display of a natural brilliance that leaves us mere humans feeling like we're watching an episode of Ocean's 11. But wait, there's more. These feeding whales swim through the center of the net and gulp down anything caught inside, leaving us in awe of the sheer power of the ocean's giants. It's like watching the Super Bowl of marine life, and these humpback whales are the reigning champs. Now, the next time someone calls you out for blowing bubbles at the dinner table, tell them you're simply channeling your inner humpback whale. Because let's face it, who wouldn't want to be as cool as these underwater masters? Number 10. Ninja Waiters. Ladies and gents, get ready to witness the table-setting equivalent of a Broadway show. These pros move faster than a cheetah on caffeine, and their skills will leave you wondering if they have superpowers. It's a mesmerizing display of coordination and precision, like watching a synchronized swimming team set the table with lightning-fast hands. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more impressive, they throw in the added challenge of placing the tablecloths under a spinning tray. It's like watching a Cirque du Soleil performer juggle knives while riding a unicycle. We're not sure how they do it, but we do know that it's the closest thing to magic that we've ever seen outside of Hogwarts. But until we uncover their secrets, we'll just have to sit back and marvel at their lightning-fast hands and impeccable style. So grab your wands, we mean forks, and get ready to be spellbound by the table-setting sorcerers. Number 9. Stone Forest. Step right up, folks. We're taking you on a journey to the mystical Kunming Stone Forest, where reality and imagination merge to create a truly unforgettable adventure. This stunning landscape of limestone groups has been wowing visitors since the Ming Dynasty, and it's no wonder why. Located in Madagascar, the stone forest is made entirely of stone. Yes, you heard that right, stone. You might be wondering if Medusa got there first, but geologists claim it formed over 270 million years ago, when the region was a vast expanse of sea. The limestone landscape rose and developed into the scene we see today through consistent erosion by the elements. It's a magical place where natural stones of various formations, including animal shapes and human figures, come together to create a unique, lifelike structure, while the rugged and elegant landscapes are just begging to be explored. But let's not forget about the legends that surround this mystical place. The story of Ashima, a beautiful and clever girl turned to stone after being forbidden to marry her true love, is just one of the many tales that originate here. The stone forest has been sparking imaginations for centuries, and continues to do so to this day. And every year on June 24th, the Torch Festival celebrates traditional performances, wrestling, bullfighting, and lion dancing, giving wanderers the chance to experience the stone forest of Kunming in all its idyllic and legendary glory. Number 8. Centrifugal Bike. It's no surprise that quarantine got the best of us, but get ready to be blown away by the most epic quarantine project of all time. This guy took his boredom to the next level by creating a centrifugal bike. That's right, a bike that spins so fast you'll feel like you're about to blast off to outer space. We're talking extreme measures here, folks. This guy's got courage and agility that we can only dream of. But let's be real, watching him ride this homemade contraption is not for the faint of heart. We got dizzy just watching it. The question is, would you be brave enough to ride one of these bad boys? We're not sure we have the guts. But hey, maybe we'll work up the courage if there's ever another lockdown. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but we should cue in the do not try at home warning because this really is crazy. But it gets crazier from here.
Oh, Sala!
Number 7. Invisibility Cloak. It seems like a group of British geeks have finally made our wildest dreams come true with an invention that has made the impossible possible. They've created a mind-blowing shield that can make people invisible. That's right, invisible. The smart folks who made it say that it works by using a precision-engineered lens array to bend light around people, making them invisible. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's not perfect though. The scene behind you isn't entirely transparent. It's more like a blur, but it's still too good to be true. And we sure are clutching our pearls in disbelief. The team has made 25 invisibility shields so far, and they're constantly improving them all the time. So we're hoping it goes from a blur to nada really soon. And guess what? They're using Kickstarter to make their science fiction idea a reality. They've already surpassed their goal of $6,600 with a whopping $10,100 in pledges. For just $395, you can get a full-size shield, and for $65, a smaller piece that's perfect for hiding everyday things. So yeah, if you want to annoy your siblings and hide their things in perfect sight, then this will be your best friend. But wait, there's more. The team also claims that how well the shield works depends on what you're wearing. So wear clothes that match the background color and brightness, and voila, you'll disappear like a ninja.
My plastic is flying away.
Number 6. Whistled language. Well. Looks like we've got ourselves a language that's for the birds. And no, we're not talking about slang. We're talking about whistled language, folks. The language so cool that even birds can understand it. Whistling is a tale as old as time, and you might think it was just a way to grab your dog's attention. But did you know that it's been used as an actual form of communication between humans for centuries? Yep, you heard that right. Whistled language can be found in various cultures across the world, from Africa to Mexico and even France. Agricultural communities, particularly those living in areas with rough terrain or steep mountains, have been using it as a way of communicating across long distances for years, making it especially useful for those who spend most of their lives outdoors. With the power of their lungs, they can simulate and articulate words over long distances, keeping in contact with their peeps without having to shout at the top of their lungs. But with the rise of technology, whistled language is slowly becoming a thing of the past. Nowadays, folks are too busy staring at their screens to even look up and whistle a tune. It's time for today's subscriber's pick. One of our subscribers sent us this image. Many of us have a lot of love for our pets, but when people came across this, we were left confused, baffled, and half screaming. We have a lump of meat here, and the way our guy here is carrying it, it seems like he cares for it very much. When did our pets stop looking like dogs and cats and start looking like this creature? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag subscriberspick and let us know what you think. Now, on to the next topic. Number 5. Thousands of strange orbs litter the beach in Argentina. Hold on to your shells, folks, because we've got a beach full of weirdness to show you. Mar del Plata in Argentina is currently home to thousands of strange orbs. And no, it's not some new Pokemon Go craze. These orbs are actually the egg capsules of the Adela melanostoma, a snail species that's pretty low-key until it's time to breed. Unlike other snails that lay their eggs in a stable location, the Adela melanostoma sets its egg capsules free to float in the water close to the shore. The result? A bunch of pearly orbs that look like alien worlds floating in the ocean. And when strong waves toss these capsules onto the beach, they look like big strands of pearls making the high water line. Of course, people are going crazy for them. Beachgoers are hopping over piles of these soft, spongy orbs like they're playing in a snowbank. But let's not forget about the poor little goopy guys growing inside that might not ever be able to leave the capsules, stranded for good, leading to mass death. So while it's a strange and beautiful sight to see, let's hope these eggs can stay put and grow into full-fledged snails. Maybe they'll even evolve into a new species of snail Pokemon. But if you're weirded out by them, then a boat ride might be the only activity you can do on your beach day. And speaking of boats, Number 4. Floating schools. Ahoy mateys! Welcome aboard the floating schools of Bangladesh, where kids are getting their education despite rising water levels and flooding. These schools aren't your typical brick-and-mortar buildings. They're small beige boats, filled with narrow benches and occasionally boisterous children. Thanks to a local charity, these beige boats are floating classrooms, packed with about 29 eager students and a blackboard to boot. No more canceled classes due to floods, because these classrooms stay afloat even when the Atrei River rises. And with 23 of these bad boys bobbing along all year round, kids in resource-poor communities have a shot at a proper education. Let's give a shout out to the dedicated teachers in Bangladesh who face funding constraints, outdated textbooks, and overcrowded classrooms on the daily. And let's not forget about those monsoon rains that make it feel like school is on another planet. But with these floating classrooms, learning can happen whether it shines or rains. These floating schools are a stroke of genius, easily accessible for students who would otherwise be left without an education. And best of all, it's free. So let's give a round of applause to the people of Bangladesh for finding a way to keep their kids learning, even in the face of adversity. But while water has become an educational avenue, we shouldn't forget all the dangers it hides.
Kids aged 6 to 10 attend classes covering the main points of early childhood education.
Number 3. Shark stomach. We all know the feeling of getting so nervous that we might toss our cookies. But did you know that sharks can relate? That's right. But instead of just feeling queasy, these ocean predators take it to a whole new new level by actually throwing up their stomachs. Gross. But wait, there's more. Many species of sharks have been known to regurgitate the parts of their meals that they can't digest. As crazy as it sounds, it's all linked to their stress response, and in severe cases, vomiting is induced. It's like saying, nope, can't stomach this anymore, gotta get rid of it. Scientists have even given the phenomenon a fancy name, gastric aversion. But for us regular folks, it's just nature being its weird and wacky self. And get this, the whole process can take less than a second. Talk about efficiency. So, the next time you feel like hurling from nervousness, remember that sharks have got you beat in the throwing up game. They can manipulate their digestive organs to the point of spitting out their stomach contents and then swallowing it again like it's no big deal. It may sound crazy, but hey, that's just how they roll. Number 2. Moving house tradition. When it comes to moving house, we all know the drill. Pack up our belongings, rent a truck, and move to a new place. But what if we forget about calling the movers or renting a truck? How about gathering your family and friends and literally carrying your house to a new location? It may sound crazy, but for one Malay community, it's a tradition that's been passed down for generations. This isn't your typical house moving situation though. We're not talking about packing boxes and loading furniture into a truck. Nope, we're talking about lifting and carrying the entire house by hand. And we're not talking about mansions here either. This tradition is restricted to wooden homes of the smaller variety. While it's a rare practice these days, the lifting and carrying of wooden houses sometimes revives the tradition, bringing the community together to move homes even just a short distance. And while it may seem extreme, it's the perfect solution if you're sick of the area but still love your home. This Malay community sure does have a unique tradition that puts all other moving methods to shame. Instead of moving to a new house, they move the entire house to a new location.
Whoa! You go!
Number 1. Lego portraits. How many times have you thought about suing the founders of Lego? Because you know stepping on them is the greatest pain known to men. Andre Velou took his love for the bricks to another level when he started to make portraits out of them. And we're just not talking about any mild effort here. His portrait of Ruth Bader Ginsburg took 5,000 pieces. Not to mention he simply just uses his imagination to get the portraits right. There's a lot of editing and engineering that goes into his craft. First, he saturates and edits the images to give them color contrast. Then Andre uses another computer to turn his images into pixel monuments. Yep, what he essentially does is take the tiny invisible pecks of images and turns them into an entire structure where Legos can fit easily. The job is easier than done, of course. The artist makes sure that each pixel is the right size for the Lego he has. Yep, he'd probably beat you in any Lego house competition fair and square.
Is made up of about 5,000 Lego pieces.
That's all for today, folks. Thank you for sticking around. Hope you had one hell of a ride. Stay tuned for some more bizarre revelations next time.